Welcome, welcome. So my name is Demetrio. I am a dancer, choreographer here from San Antonio, Texas. Just now rising, and I'm here with a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, special guest.
Hi, I'm Bianca.
Go
Or
ahead.
Velocity. Like this?
Yeah.
I'm Bianca. Velocity in the crump slash dance scene, San Antonio, Texas.
Bianca, aka Velocity. So where did you come up with your name, Velocity?
It was so long ago. I don't
Yeah.
remember. I think it's because when I started crumping, I kind of would just spaz out, and someone was like, "You're like really fast."
Really?
And then I was like, "Oh, like velocity." Just like so,
Right.
yeah.
If you guys want to go ahead and start leaving questions, comments, concerns, little comments, little inside joke comments, feel free, feel free. So okay, so Velocity. So what's your dance style?
Mainly crump, but I
Crump.
can do popping. I really like all styles, like to like observe it, and then how I started was actually in choreo.
Okay.
So, yeah, crump is that's where the heart lays.
So what got you into dancing? What got you into crump? What got you into dancing? What got you into
Oh my
crump?
god, I haven't
Pop.
talked about
What,
this.
what's that?
I've never talked about
Really?
how.
I
Yeah.
got good questions. Yes.
So a lot of people that do crump, they're like, I watched Rise, and like I got into crump that way. No, I watched Honey,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it kind of, I guess, explains why I am the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the movie, and I thought it was really cool that she was doing like community outreach
Mm-hmm.
towards like kids, and like she had her own spot to do that at, and then like talent showcase. So I kind of like I wanted to do that, and I went to Brooks Academy, so I was like the first graduating class. So I was like the guinea pig out of that school. So I was actually in charge of the dance club that they had there. So I was teaching like I want to say they were like in sixth grade. So when I was a senior, I created the dance club, and I was just like, well, I kind of like this. So after graduating, I went to there's a cheerleading gym where we had the recent Melody Born. We were practicing there, and it kind of just took off from there.
So Honey, I actually watched that movie the other day, Honey 2. So,
I've never seen the second one.
Really?
No, I would not
cool.
see
It's
this.
pretty neat. So where are you from? Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. A little bit more about Velocity.
That's not that exciting, but I'm from here. Born and raised San Antonio. I don't see myself moving anywhere. I love San Antonio. Yeah, I mean, I'm 32, right? Yes, 32. 32 years, born and raised San Antonio, Texas.
So one reason why I wanted to do this is because I know we don't ever get a chance to kind of like sit, talk, and stuff. And I know there's more information about you. And really, to be honest, like everything that I see you doing, everything that you put together, you really, really inspire me. And I was like, where did she come from? And just where did you come from? How did you do it, kind of thing. And so your name is Your name is Bianca Maldonado, and you go by Velocity. How you got your name was you were dancing. What were you dancing at first? Like, how did that come about?
Like what was I dancing?
Yeah,
like choreo. Like choreo and like freestyle. Like I did like when the whole jerking era was around. I did that. That's how I tore my quad. I did sports in high school, so I was actually at a volleyball tournament. There was a school dance, and I'm like, well, I want to go to the school dance. You know what? Actually, no, I just remembered something. So I've always, like, I was telling my husband too the other day, because I've been getting like these, how when you have something and it like triggers a memory, and you're like, oh.
So, like a vision epiphany.
So
I don't know.
I actually, oh my god. Okay, so like you're helping me remember like how I started. So
That's
it
good.
wasn't actually in high school. So that was more or less like the choreo and like me trying to organize stuff. So in middle school, I don't think anybody's ever like heard of them other than like the people that I did it with. But they were like three like glowing balls on a string. and like the Ajax. I think they were called Ajax.
I know what it's called. They use them like at raves.
Yes. So yeah. I knew how to. I don't want to say I was a raver. I don't want to say that because I've never been to a rave. But I was just intrigued with it, like how you could like the butterfly. Yeah. And so I did that, and then like now I guess it would be considered housing, like the stomping and stuff with like the raves and stuff. So I did that in middle school. So there was a dance, and I literally just told Israel this the other day. There was a school dance, and I just like to just go. So I remember there was like a circle, and I was like, I want to go in the circle. And they were like, you can't go in the circle because the 8th grader, she's like the best dancer. Are you going to battle her? And I was like, I don't care if she's the best one. Like, I just want to dance. Yeah. So that's kind of how that started.
That's that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, how was like just the process of you coming to where you are now, like from where you first started? I don't even know how to ask this question.
It's just me and you talking.
It's a process with velocity. There is.
Okay, so you want me to just walk you through it? Okay. So it started off in school. Like my grandma and grandpa would take us. Like I was always with my grandma and grandpa if I wasn't with my dad and my mom. Like they worked and stuff. So me and my brother would always be with my grandparents. So it was always like, you're going to go to your cousin's quince. And I'm like, what cousin? They're like, oh, you know, your cousin of this uncle over there on your dad's side, on this side. And I'm just like, so many cousins, right. So many uncles and tias. And so we would be around that, like the circles, and then like learning the cumbias and stuff. And it went from that to me being in high school to wanting to organize things. And then actually met Marcus when I graduated. And I started doing choreo and stuff with my crew, because it was like a thing, like the crews, because of honey. So I was like, you know, crew, you know, come up with stuff. So we would perform at like quinces, we would perform at like church festivals when that was a thing. What else was it? And then he actually was like, I'll teach you freestyle if you teach us choreo. Like, oh, that's cool, that seems fun. So then it kind of like just progressed, and that's how I stepped my foot into like the scene. Yeah, was in 2010.
Gotcha. Yeah. And what would you rather prefer, like choreo, freestyle?
Like what do you mean? Like if like right now you just told me to dance?
Yeah,
I probably crump.
So there's a difference between crump, freestyle, and choreography. Would you say?
Yeah. So like to me. Disclaimer, I don't know everything. Yeah. I don't want to be. So like there's crump, side crump, and then there's kind of like, well, the freestyle, which is you're not going off of like sets or anything, you're just dancing. Mm-hmm. And then the choreo is basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like sets and stuff. Okay. So yeah, but I prefer to like dictate what I'm gonna do. Like that's just fun for me. Like
that's
to just
and that's how that matters, as long as you're having fun. Mm-hmm. So coming from dancing cumbias, and then what was next for you? Choreo? Dancing
cumbias, and then I want to say it was like quince freestyle, like the whole like.
Okay. with like with some freestyle. So you mean freestyle like kind of like Debbie Deb and okay. I think you mean like dancing freestyle.
I don't want to say that on here because I don't need anybody being like, "Come on, let's go." Right. Let's put on this song. Like, no, I don't.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so I get now I get what you're saying about freestyle. So Debbie Deb. Who else? Was it Johnny B?
I don't remember that. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Johnny B. Yes. What is it? Who else is there? Or not? Little Susie.
Yes.
Little Susie's out there.
And then it's that genre. I've never said it out loud. Like only Israel knows this. I'm like my family, but it's just like a cool fun fact. Like techno and trance music, like that's my little safe zone outside of crump. Like you play that, I'm like, oh. Yeah.
So there's a little movements that you do, and then so you got that kind of freestyle, and then what kind of got you basically into like the crump?
Crump? Yeah. Marcus.
Mm-hmm. What got you like really, really interested? Like,
so I know what I'm about to say is very like opinionated.
Okay.
But to me, I feel like krump is very challenging. Mm-hmm. Like there's like when you do choreo, you got to remember it, how you're stepping and stuff. Each second that you're dancing krump, you have to understand what your body's doing. And if you're not doing it right, you're gonna hurt yourself, or you're not gonna do what you want to do. So it's like very muscle memory. It's very like you use muscles that you don't usually use all the time. Whereas like we're popping, like it's in sections. B-boy and B-girl, because I don't like saying breakdancing, but that's what it is. But with that, it's like I've never had my body able to do the momentum. So, but there's ways to do it versus like if you wanted to be like, okay, I'm gonna krump. Everybody wants to do this, like the old school stuff. But it's more or less like, how would you be able to do an actual round? Okay. You know what I mean? So gotcha. Like it takes a little more decision making and like body movement, to me, at least to me. That's just my opinion. Gotcha. So it's just
so another reason why I wanted to have this interview with you is because I know the concept of krumping, but it's like I know there's a lot for me to learn about it, and it looks pretty dope. I'm interested, I'm into it. I watch it and stuff, and I like watching you guys' live feeds on Instagram and stuff like that. And I had even had Marcus come out and do a little dance for when I started my dancers as well, and he had a layout towards like I really understood it more than just by watching. I know it has the chest pumping and stuff like that, and so so it's not just choreo that I'm into and I love to watch. It's also the krump. I knew what krump was before I even met you guys. I knew what it was called, and it's coming back. We're getting back into the dance scene. I didn't know it was still around, which I'm glad it is. It's like, to me, it's super dope. To me, it's cool. So what is these questions? Let me see. Let me bring it up.
Pop quiz.
Yes. So just for the viewers out there, because there's a lot of people that that follow me that don't know what krump is, and when I show them videos and stuff like that, when I tell them krump, they're like, "What's that?" And I show them, and they're like, "Oh, okay." So let me see. What is krump?
What do you mean?
Like, what is if you tell me like, "Oh, I krump," I'm like, what is that?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like the abbreviation. So I can actually answer that and then like go into what I just said. So krump originated and it streamed off of clowning. Clowning is the whole like stomp the yard when they're like doing. I don't want to like. That's not how you do it. Yeah. But that's kind of like, long story short, like when they're the face paint and stuff, that's all clowning. That's where that came from, and it transferred over to krump. So I think I remember some of your questions, so I can start knocking them out for you. So it started with Tommy the Clown with clowning, and then it basically branched off. So if you want more information on the branch off, like there's Miss Prissy, that's one of them, Tight Eyes, Miho, Slayer, and Little C. So Little C and I want to say Prissy, correct me if I'm wrong, but Little C is the one that choreographed. Like he's the one that kind of took it mainstream before like TikTok and stuff was around. So, and that started, I want to say the late 90s, like 1999, because then Rise came out. And then all these other, like when the DVDs were hot, like they created their own DVDs, like Krump Kings and all this stuff. And then there was actual forums. So kind of like it's progressed, and it's going to keep progressing because krump is constantly changing. The terminology, the movement, how it's being taught, where it's being taught. I know Miss Prissy is actually working on a book for krump. So that's like, it's going to highlight where it came from. So it's not just krump, but like it's a part of, and it's from Black culture. So that's where that's streaming from. Krump. So when you describe it to somebody, this is when I describe it to somebody, it's a raw dance. And even if you look at the older DVDs that they're talking, it's the word raw always pops up because it's not like ballet where it's like your first position, second position. It's more like every position, like, you know what I mean? So it's there's no wrong feeling to show. There's no wrong emotion. There's nothing wrong that you can do in krump when you're dancing. Now, the battle is different.
Yeah.
So in a battle, there's judgments there, and I mean that's in everything. It's in every competition.
Right.
So, but as far as going back to what is krump, to me, what krump is, it's an outlet. It's a release, physically and mentally. Like, I can't say like legally why, because I'm in the process of a case, but something happened and I wasn't physically able to dance. I couldn't fully go out like the way I wanted to, and this was actually before my recent battle. So it was something on my back, and if I didn't move, I started feeling like I was slipping into a hole. Like krump and dance, like just dance in general, is just like that's a release. So with krumping, I know a lot of people take it as it's an angry dance. It's not an angry dance. You just feel the anger because you're feeling the raw emotion. So it's not anger. You're just feeling emotion, and it's very intense. So sometimes it comes off angry. Right. When people are making faces, they're probably thinking about how their day was going. Like, it was crazy. I'm not going to say too much, but I was teaching somebody, and she was like, I had her do an exercise, and she was doing the exercise, and it was basically like emotion. So I was like, just give me one emotion. And she was just like, I want to be with my mom, but I can't. So I was just like, emotional. Deep, and I didn't know her like personally, but and she showed me what it was, and I was just like, okay, you understood the assignment, as they say, right? But it comes from emotions. It's raw. Krump has saved a lot of people from like gang violence and stuff. I know it sounds cliche, but that's kind of what it is. So like when people get upset in krump and they get really intense and in their face, some of those guys and girls were gangbangers. You know, like that's where it came from. But again, raw emotion. I'd rather see people in their face like going at each other and doing this and stuff than doing this. You know what I mean? Or this. So it's very raw. That. It's very raw. So I think that's why people think it's an angry dance. Like, no, it's just intense. Yeah. Like, not a lot of people are angry. Some people do dance when they're angry, but it's again to release versus getting angry at snapping at somebody, getting angry at them, and then taking it out on them versus taking it out on a track. Right. So
would you call dance and krump the same thing? Like if I were to ask you, oh, someone says you dance, you say yes. What do you dance? I krump. What if I were to tell you like that's not dancing?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's your opinion. Yeah.
To me, dance is dance.
No,
it doesn't matter. To me, dance is dance. And I know that I see a lot of that too. Some people tell me that's not dancing, and I'm like, yes, it is. You know. Good answer on that one. I don't know if this one's going to be... Okay, you answered this one too. What are the basics of krump? You said the stomps, jabs.
You said that.
The stomp? No, because we switched... You
answered it.
Okay. So I thought you had answered this because I heard you were saying the counting the stomps and stuff from Stomp the Yard. Okay, so what is the basics of krump?
Okay, basics of krump. Like I said, krump is always evolving, but what we teach and what gets taught like at a basics class is your chest pops, your stomps, how to use your arms, your hands, language, character. Some people teach character, your creativity. So all of that kind of, and then like when you break it down, it kind of just goes into more like sub paragraphs of stuff. So, but the basics to be able to throw a full krump round, like your stomps, chest pops, your arms. That's the easiest way I can explain it for somebody.
Gotcha. And then you did answer this on the street style did krump stem from. You said clowning. And that was the sea walking too. What is sea walking?
What is sea walking?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
No, you don't. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm going to look up that. So there's sea walking. Okay.
I mean, people use it in like, there's no limitation on what to do in a krump round. Like, you know Mighty, right? He does windmills in his round.
Yeah.
But they're not complete full windmills because he made it krump. Like, some of my students have done ballet and contemporary, and they use some of their movement in their krump. they make it crump.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be crump. I think that was actually one of your questions too. Like, what can you do in crump or something, right?
I would have asked that too. Yeah.
So it's just make it crump. Don't get in here and then start gumyaing and then you go into crumping. It's like, how do you make your gumbya moves crump? Like, how do you absorb it?
Right.
Yeah.
I get you. So that's why I'm glad I know different styles of different dance, because to me, when I tell somebody like I can cumbia, I can whatever, and I show them that like that's not cumbia, and that's what's good about learning different styles of dance, because you can use it. Just how are you gonna make it that? So why is crumping important? It can be to you, or it can be like, how is it important? Because like I said, you love to crump. Crumping your thing. Why is it important?
Self-expression, a mental release, physical release. It's kind of like we still get asked this, like, y'all are still dancing, you're doing that little dancing stuff. It's like, yeah, people however old sign up for 5Ks. What's the difference between the signing up for a 5K versus me going to a parking lot to dance with my friends?
Right.
Or you go to the gym to work out, but to stay fit. Dancing is an exercise, especially with crumping. Like, it's like you sweat in the garage.
Right.
Like, you've been to the garage. Like, it's hot. Like, it's hot, getting hotter now because of the summer.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a release. I mean, it's important. And I think they say, like, when you get older, like, to keep walking and stuff, dancing's a physical activity.
Right. And so, I see you have kids, you're married and stuff like that. And there's everybody using that excuse. I don't dance no more because I have kids. I don't dance no more because I'm married. I have responsibilities now. But I see you're still, you and your husband are still doing it. Mm-hmm. So do you feel like having kids and getting married and starting your grown-up life, do you think that's an excuse of why not to do it?
I'm a grown-up. I mean, I feel like there's a shift. So having 3 babies, being out for, I want to say 4 years that I was out, because I was also, I breastfed all 3 of them. So my body was changing for them. So it was just like, it was tough to bounce back from that 3 times. And I think sometimes maybe people fall out of love with it, like they didn't really love it that much. Right. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to follow what everybody else is doing. As an excuse, I mean, that kind of can go either way. If they want to do it, but they're like, no, I don't, because they're scared that they're not going to be where they were at, because sometimes that does happen. I felt like I was gonna end up quitting, but I was like, nah, like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, there's no way I'm gonna stop. Even when I get older, like, I'm gonna have some way to be involved, even if it's just hosting events. So I feel like being an adult, it shouldn't stop anybody from doing what they love to do. Right. If they love to do it.
Right. I agree with you. I feel like if you have a passion for it, mm-hmm. then that should be your passion. If you love for it, or if you have the love for it, I don't think having kids and having to work and all this other stuff, I don't think it's really an excuse. Before I get canceled, right? People say, I don't think it's an excuse. I think that if you really love it, if you really have a passion for it, you would still make the time for it. I'm pretty sure, you're with the 3 kids, you're working, you're doing all this stuff, but you still have the time to, organize these events and still go, like I said, go in the parking lot. I see you guys' videos all the time. So, how hard is crumping?
Like, for me?
I guess in like, you can go from when you first started.
It's as hard as you make it. If you don't practice and you just go to sessions to dance, then, I mean, that's your progress, But if you're labbing a lot or practicing a lot or training a lot, however people want to take it, it shouldn't be hard at all. It should be like second nature. It's kind of like studying. Right. You're studying your body. You're studying the movements. If you put the time, then you'll reap what you sow. So
Gotcha. I think it's like, I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but I feel like if you can learn how to play football, you can learn how to play soccer, you can learn how to play baseball, or anything. I think you can feel like you can learn how to dance, because what are we basically doing? Do it again, do it again, do it again, run it again, run it again. It's the same thing. All right. What does CRUMP stand for?
What do you mean? I think you asked that earlier.
Yeah, no, I did not.
Well, then what do you mean by stand
Maybe it was
for?
one of those. It's the same thing.
Are you talking about like the acronym?
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay, so
I didn't know. See,
the
I didn't know there was an
controversy of
acronym.
this.
Actually, I got these from online.
Oh.
Yeah, I got this online. I'm like, let me see. So yeah, what does CRUMP stand for? There's an acronym.
There is.
See, I'm learning something new. I knew to do this.
So what it stands for, and it's not for the whole movement, because some people are like, yeah, that's what it means, or what the acronym is. So just by book, what it means is Kingdom Radically Uplifted Mighty Praise. That's what CRUMP stands for.
Because I saw it, because like I took a screenshot of it, and then when I said, when I was like, I don't understand the question. It's my question, but I don't understand. But I'm like, oh yeah, there's an acronym. Yeah, that's what's up. That's cool. That's cool. What does CRUMP mean in slang?
What does that mean? Like to get crunk?
Crump. Between crump and crump.
What do you? I don't know what that means.
Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna go by these. If you don't know, I don't know either. Okay, yeah. To who discovered who was the father of crump?
There's no father. There's 5.
There's what?
There's 5.
5 fathers?
No.
Oh.
We ain't got no daddy.
Oh.
No, it's so the 5. So like I said, it changes just on who you ask. They say pioneers and they say people that created it, but just the 5. It's Miss Prissy, Miho, Tight Eyes, Little C, and Slayer.
Would you define CRUMP in a genre of music?
Ooh, it's its own genre, because I know the debate of it being hip hop. It's not hip hop. So there's 4 elements of hip hop, depending on who you ask.
Okay.
So
I'm asking velocity.
Okay. So, but I know I'm gonna get. Okay. So just from what my knowledge, there's 4. The original 4 elements of hip hop. That's breaking, master of ceremonies, graffiti, and disc jockey. CRUMP is not a part of that.
So what is graffiti? What is that?
The best example, like the garage, how I have graffiti,
okay.
Graffiti cans.
Okay. Okay, so asking velocity, what does the CRUMP mean in slang?
What does CRUMP mean in slang?
Yeah, like
I'm about to get off on you.
or maybe give us some slang.
Some slang?
Yeah,
from like
I know that
Crumpy?
you guys. Yeah, I know you guys say let's get some rounds.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay.
Let's go rounds, meaning like we're gonna exchange. So I go first, you go. I go second, you go third, fourth. It's like that's kind of like, or like she's getting off on him, or he's getting off on her. That just means like, oh, like he's or she's getting at you. Like the rounds are towards you.
Okay.
So yeah.
So like basically, like instead of like let's fight, let's
yes,
go some rounds.
Yes.
So okay, and what about and I know I see some all over Cypher.
Cypher, that's actually not a CRUMP term.
Okay.
But in the community, Cypher is basically like the circle.
Like the ring.
Yeah, so
okay.
Cypher, and then the dancers just go back and like it's kind of like exchanging energy.
Gotcha. Okay, some other slang.
That's raw. Like that's dope. Oh, I'm like trying to translate it myself. Yeah. Getting caged or packed out, meaning so like Saturday, because we have our thing. So if there's 15 people that show up and we're trying to go out one person, that person has to dance as many times as those people go. So each person can go 3 or 4 rounds. That person has to go until everybody else is done. Not till they're done, till everybody else is done.
I think I get it.
It's kind of like it's a term that they use out on the street. Like put on, like when you get rolled into like a gang or something.
Okay, okay.
It's kind of like I said, like it's streamed from like the streets. So some of the stuff, like Big Homie and Little Homie, that's a street thing. I just learned that, like not like yesterday, but like just recent, like it's new information. Like Big Homie, Little Homie, it's kind of like your mentor, and that's what we use in Crump.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me go ahead and do a shout out to our sponsor with Mia Bella Party. So their goal is to provide a memorial experience to light up the innocent faces of your little one. So if you guys are having a party for your little one, big ones, or grandparents, if you guys are looking for any characters, you can call Mia Bella Party. You can follow them on Facebook, TikTok. What else do they have? Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and I think that's it. Yeah, so they're located in San Antonio, Texas. You can send them a email as well at miabellaparty@gmail.com. So once again, if you guys are having a party for your little ones, go ahead and send them a message. Also, our sponsor, we have Liquidation Mania. If you guys are in the Hereford, Amarillo area, they are a discount store. Their mission is to improve the lives of the communities by saving you from high prices. Shop at Liquidation Mania as the best inflation fighter. Prices on majority brand customer returns and overstocked inventory. Treasure hunt through their bins and even more extreme savings. You can find them on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Yeah, and they are located at 400 North 25 Mile Avenue, C260 in Hereford, Texas. Also, we have the Fuego dance shoes, dance sneakers, to enhance your dance styles. You can also use my discount code as well, DSolis10. Okay, you can find them on Facebook. So Fuego dance sneakers, engineered to go directly from the street to the dance floor, turn, pivot, jumps. They are also lightweight and vegan free. So once again, you guys go ahead and go to Fuego's Facebook, Instagram, and you can go to shop, look at their inventory, and you can use my discount code as well at DSolis10 to get 10% off. All right, so back to these questions. Let me see. Why is crumping popular?
Why is it popular?
You guys do have a big community though. There's like so many of you guys.
Are you talking about popular in San Antonio or just overall?
I guess both.
Okay. I want to say it's popular overall because of how intense it is. I want to say like, what I was gonna call him, the other name, Beast, like in Cali. So I feel like because it's gone mainstream in like all style battles and competitions, and they're placing first, people are like, how do I do that? Instead of just like being an open style dancer. And it's just being observant throughout the years that it's grown popular because of where it's being broadcasted at. So like Red Bull, all the other competitions, I'm not going to promote any of them. But yeah, I feel like that's why they're getting popular, is because crumpers are winning the competitions that all style dancers should be winning. So that's for that one. San Antonio, I just feel like the consistency, we do have a lot of numbers, and it's not even like that we're recruiting to be the biggest community. It's more like how on Tuesdays, like people come over, and Thursdays too, we have that where people go to a set spot, and like we don't just go to dance and then dip. Like everybody kind of gets to know each other, and we try to keep it as a community, not just like I'm teaching you. Okay, well that's it. 9:00, get out. Sometimes it is like that. 'Cause I'm tired,
Yeah.
and I gotta get up at 5 a.m. But so I felt like because we've opened that door and it's been open, from like the ones that have started in San Antonio, because I think I'm either second or third generation of San Antonio. I think maybe second. So the one that brought it here to San Antonio and then taught the ones that are now like running stuff, it's just flourished. Like it's genuinely flourished. It's not pressed. It's not hey, you need to come on Tuesday because you need to get good. Like, no, like it's just like, oh, like you got school, it's cool. Like some of my students I haven't seen in the garage for dancing in a while, but I see them at the holidays, like Friendsgiving, Christmas, like the important dates that they're there for that.
So, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so that's it.
So, would you say like that? Is there a certain studio you can go to learn, or do you have a studio where you can learn, or is it your sessions at your house? I see you have on Tuesdays at your house.
For me, it's at the house. That's the learning spot. To learn crump itself, at least through like me or my husband, it's gonna be at the house.
Okay. And where can they reach you at?
Instagram.
Facebook.
Because I've been wanting to teach more, so it's just finding the ones that want to do it. Because I know sometimes they're like, "Oh my god, that's grumpy, and it's a little. I don't think I can do it." And it's like, because some of my students were like, I can't do that," and then they're doing it. Yeah. So like, it's just you have to have the right support. You have to have the right environment. That's why I don't personally like booking studios to do privates. I pay for my mortgage, so just be there at the house doing the lessons.
How long has crumping been here in San Antonio?
I was gonna say I'm gonna show my age, but I already said it.
Is it recent, or because I mean, like I said, I'm from here. I'm from San Antonio. Dancing is where I got all this, and I knew about crumping. I knew it existed, but I didn't know it was here in San Antonio.
Okay, that's a tough question. I don't have an exact year, but I came in 2010, and it was already here. So maybe between 5 to 7 years before that, maybe even 8.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because again, I came in 2010, so there was already a whole scene set before I even came in. So like the one that is the San Antonio pillar, like he is our OG, is Drama or Jairus, and he actually taught like Dramier or DNA. You've been around then. So,
yeah.
So
probably.
he had, so it was Drama, and then the older ones that some of them stopped dancing, and I think some of them are coming back. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to say because somebody might be watching. So, and it's kind of like on the low. So one of them is coming back, but we had a dancer named Monkey King, Fallout, Livewire, DNA. Lame, and Lame is UBC. Oh, that's actually on my shirt. So he was actually the one that was kind of like not controlling it, but like steering where San Antonio Crump was going for like a hot minute. Mm-hmm. And even when I came, like he was the first one that brought down tie-dyes to one of his events. So I don't know if you remember hearing about the Reel. Like it's a crump event. But that one's in honor of him. So all of them have basically like made the foundation for San Antonio. And now we're just basically building up. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know you guys, I do see Lane, you guys mentioning him a lot. I take it he's passed. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace. And Sparta, what is
Sparta?
Yeah.
So we were actually given that name by Dallas's like OG. He is constantly DJing most of the crump events in the South. If he's not booked, it's somebody else, but it's mainly him. He goes by Pun. So he had told us we don't have a lot of people because we don't. Like, I know it looks like a lot when we go to events and stuff, but, like, Dallas used to have, like, 20 and up. So whenever we would show up at events, it'd be Lame, Livewire, like Casey, or I think he was back then, he was just going by Twin Livewire, Mac 11 or J Com. Like they would show up, and I would show up too, but I couldn't really do that much because I had Niati. So that's why I said like I was kind of in and out because I had babies, but I was still around it, so I was able to be a spectator but be involved still for like a couple of years. So that's kind of how like I noticed how things were moving and how certain people were moving, and I was like, nay and then yay. That's kind of how I figured out how I wanted, I guess more or less like what I wanted to lead and how I wanted to lead based off of just observing. But we would show up small numbers, but like the battles that they would have would like go down in history.
Gotcha. So it's Sparta's it's y'all are a dance crew or
no, that's what they call San Antonio.
Oh, okay. Just all around San Antonio?
Yeah, like for the crump community. Like we try to encourage like other styles, but it's mainly for crump. Because when we show up, like
y'all represent San Antonio, so it's Sparta.
Like we might not have a lot of people. Like sometimes we show up. Like I think the last time we showed up was like 20 people.
Well, I think it's like in school. If you have 2 or more people, that's a game. So right, if you have 2 or more people in your dance crew, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. So would you find crumping and breakdancing the same thing, or?
No, we talked about this earlier.
We did? No.
Yes, about the 4 elements that it's not. It's not a part of that.
Okay.
People do some of those moves in crump. They make it crump, but they're two separate things. I
remember you saying that I think it was mighty. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Okay. It's so I think these are what about whacking?
What about it?
Because I know what whacking is whacking locking the same thing as
crump? No, crump is its own thing.
Okay.
People just will pull from other styles.
Again, kind of like breaking, right? Okay. So now we're done with the whole crumping subject. Now it's a little bit of questions that I see on your Instagram and stuff. So you have the undefined no definition. Explain to me what, because I mean, I have
that was
Sparta.
my crew.
Okay, so that's a dance crew, right?
Yes, it was. It's so. Okay, so it started as. Don't ask me why.
Okay,
it started
that was my
as.
question.
No,
okay.
Don't ask like, why I came up with the name, because I don't remember.
Sparta. I see your undefined no definition on YouTube. Yeah.
So.
Because I know when I put stuff, you're correcting me on that. I was like,
no, you're good. So how it started, so you know how I said after high school, I had a crew. So it was, oh my God, I haven't said this name in a long time. It was called NVK. It was like Envious Kids, but NVK. And then...
I got the good question. Yeah, thank you.
So then it switched to Undefined, because I didn't want to be defined with anything. So the idea of Undefined was to be like a group of people coming together that aren't defined by what's going on around them. Okay. And actually had somebody else a part of it. And then I was young, so like, you know what I mean? Like breakaway. But that led me to coming up with like the showcase, the Melody Born showcase. I had a lock-in where it was the Countdown lock-in or San Antonio Countdown lock-in, where we rented out the gym where the Melody Born was, and nobody was allowed to leave. And we had about like 20 plus people there, all like teenagers and like my age. I was 18. My mom was there. We fed everybody like for the food and stuff. So I think we got locked in at 9 and nobody was allowed to leave till 7 in the morning. So, and then like we had like dance battles, we had basketball tournaments. Like it was, how I put it off, I don't know. Because I'm thinking about it right now and I'm like, that was a lot of work. But it was just something I wanted to do. Like I know a lot of people are like, events are stressful, and I'm just kind of like,
you're doing it though. I mean, you're doing it. It is, and you're doing them. And congratulations on all the events that you're putting together. I'm pretty sure you do have a team behind you, right?
Then I didn't. Like, I did. I had support, but I was the one like, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. I was like, okay, cool, that sounds cool. Yeah. We're gonna do that. Yeah, that's fine.
So you're like the boss lady, right?
I don't like labels.
Right? No, neither do I. I don't. No, neither do I. But take it what it is. You're running everything, right? And you're like, whatever you say goes. Like, okay, put it this way: you're a leader in your group, right? So yeah, I don't like labels either. I don't like. No, you're the best. You're the best. No, I don't like that. So your crew, Undefined No Definition, you have them on YouTube. What all do you post, like, as far as on YouTube? I know you get we'll talk about the Melody Born showcase and how that came up, but yeah, Are you active on there or? What?
No, so Undefined was a crew. It turned in from like we're gonna battle and like NXG and Undefined kind of had a little thing for a second.
Okay, we have NXG next week.
No, but I mean it was all fun. Nobody ever fought, so
Yeah.
it was like I mean we had little disputes. I mean again we're all young.
Right.
I had no kids, so like if we're like oh I'm gonna mess you up, we're gonna be like okay. Let's do what? But it was just more like we were all young adults butting heads.
Right.
We're trying to be the best.
Yeah.
Once
you get older, it's like nah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, so cliche.
Yeah.
But no, so it was a crew transformed into Undefined, and then it went to like us doing like showcases and stuff, to performing, to taking a break. And then when we did the Melody Born, the first one back, because I was technically the second one when I did it, it was just more like, I just want to throw events. Like, I want to provide, I guess we're leading into what you were going to talk about.
Right.
It's more or less like provide a safe space and basically provide what I wanted when we were that young. Like I know not a lot of people are super young in the scene right now. Like they're either like in their 20s, headed to their 30s. But the point of us being in our 30s and able to still dance, to be able to pass down the knowledge. Because if you gain all this knowledge and then you stop, like it's kind of like you're not passing your name down, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you're not passing the knowledge down. So the point of the Melody Born was to be able to create a safe space, and bridge that gap. Because we got the freestyle community battles, and then you got the choreo, and they're always like this. So it's kind of like, I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So like, if we're hyping up these performances and we're feeling what those people are performing, why can't we do that with battles too? Because it's intense.
Yeah.
So why can't we keep that hype, intense stuff along with the showcases? Like hype each other up, because we're all doing the same thing. It's just a little different. Like choreo has a little more structure, whereas battles have structure, but it's what they want to do when they want to do it. Versus you have, it's like, you block off the stage and you have transitions and stuff, where it's just either, if it's a one-on-one battle, then you have that too, but it's what the dancer wants to do.
Gotcha. Now, I hear you. So with me barely coming into the scene, and I guess you can say, again, I don't like labels. Everybody's like saying I'm rising, I'm doing good, and I appreciate all the compliment and support. As far as like, I'm getting a lot of, welcoming and people welcoming me and stuff, and I appreciate it with you also. I don't even know how we started following each other.
I don't remember.
It
just happened.
I just saw your name all the time, and then who was it? I don't know who messaged who. This is where your best friends is like, how did y'all meet? Oh, we don't remember, right? So
yeah.
I'm not calling you my best friend, but we do communicate a lot. We support each other and stuff, and so it's one of those things where I don't know, I don't remember, and I don't even remember how I even heard about the Melody Born showcase. All I know is I saw you guys were looking for dancers and to perform, and I was like, let me go for it, So again, with me coming up, I don't really know everybody or know what's going on in the community, but I'm not ashamed to say my age, but I'm like, okay, and there are like younger generations, that are performing, and so that's basically what I never got to see, but now I'm seeing it now, and I'm just like, oh, well, I don't care about my age. I'm still gonna go for it anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one thing that when he said it was an opportunity to put yourself out there, and then I saw an opportunity, and so some people I hear that my dance style is not family friendly, but at the same time, it's like the way I see it, it's like, it's not inappropriate unless you're thinking inappropriate. But I want to thank you also in person for letting me, for allowing me to come on also and perform, show what I got to offer. So with the whole Melody Born showcase, where does that all come from? Like, how did the name? And we know you said I'm going to repeat my questions. We know you said that this is what you wanted to do, and throw events. But where did the name the Melody Born Showcase come from?
It actually came from I think it's Step 3 or 4. That whole like born from a boombox. I was just like,
I gotta watch it again. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was, but it was like, oh, what is it? Born from a boombox, B-Fab. Your B-Fab.
I think I remember. Yeah.
So I was just like, that's
yeah. Okay. Now, yeah.
So I was just like, I don't want to, because I have an event where we throw, and it's called the boombox. Okay. So the boombox with that, I usually see something, like I envision something, right? And then I build off of what I see. So with the boombox, I saw a bunch of different channels. So I'm planning to throw it soon, but instead of saying we have this category, I labeled as like the Crump channel is this, and the Open Styles is this, and you know what I mean? So it what came from that was I was like, okay, I got the boombox, which is the competition. How do I it was actually the other way around. I had the Melody Born Showcase, and the boombox complements the Melody Born. So Melody Born, instead of saying you're born from a boombox, like Melody Born is like your energy is connecting with like songs. Your soul is connecting with it. So like your Melody Born.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
So that's kind of where it came out of.
Gotcha.
So from that.
Okay. Very dope. Because some people they usually name things after their kids or something. And I was like, do you want no kid named Melody? And I was like,
That was before the babies were even born. I was 18. Yeah, when I threw the first one.
When was your first one?
2010.
And then your second one was the one
that you performed at the first time.
Oh, okay.
And the third one was.
That's what's up. I was wanting to show like your Instagram and stuff, but I don't think it's gonna work. Like I don't think I'm gonna be a fan of how this is. Let me see. One thing one of the videos I wanted to go over. So who do we have watching right now while this is loading? What's going on, everybody? Who do we have watching? We have Hybrid. I don't know how to say it.
Not your toy.
His name's Shan Ghanistan. San Ghanistan. We have Hybrid watching. We have Queen. Yeah. Okay, these names, guys.
Toy.
What's it?
Toy.
THOAI.
I think I'm saying it right. Yeah.
Toy. Okay. What's going on? Show the love, show the hate. Either way, it's fucking great. I think we can cuss, right? We have no kids watching. Family friendly.
Oh, I could have been cussing.
So a lot of the reasons why probably some kids do follow me is because of the whole quinceañeras thing that I do, and so they're watching my videos. But now it's our grown up time. So okay, so let me see.
Oh God, my Instagram.
So we have her Instagram, guys. The way her it's set up, I wish I can show you guys as well. Pop up on the screen. You guys can follow Velocity on Instagram. Alright, I was wanting to go over this one with you.
Oh God.
Yeah. Let me see. So where was this one at? Do you have any events coming up soon?
Yes, this Saturday.
Go ahead, split it out.
Oh, yeah, this Saturday. It's on site. Book around and find out. It will be at the Tomato Spot. And if you need the address, just message me. It's at 7:00. We're doing a tournament, and then we will allow people to call each other out. And we're also doing a spaghetti bowl sale. So that's going to be to raise money because we have a group of people going to Arizona to represent Texas. So it's a state versus state event. And 3 of San Antonio people will be there. So we're trying to fund it so that way they don't have to come out of pocket for an Airbnb. So be there or not be there.
Where is it at? Okay, I'm just going to describe it to you. And I want to know the concept behind it. Oh. You had the...
a box on my head?
Yes! Yes!
It's further up.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's all the showcase stuff. And there's Mississippi right there.
See, there's this one.
There's that one, and then it's the Gojo with the purple to the left, under that one.
This
right?
one?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to know what the concept was?
Yeah.
So I watched an anime, and it's called. I was about to say the wrong one. It is Jujutsu Kaisen. So the box that was on my head, which was fun to make, I would say, because the eyes were Easter eggs, and I painted them. So it's I said it was right there. So in the anime, Gojo is basically like the most powerful sorcerer. Mm-hmm. So the way they capture him is in the prism realm, which it literally spreads out. And then it closes in on him and keeps him in a box that has all eyes over it. So the concept of that was basically to be very dramatic. When I have it on my head, it helps me break the tension and the anxiety. And then it also allows me to take it off and be like, okay, like I'm here and I'm doing this. And I get the box out. So it's like I'm releasing the thoughts out of my head that I'm not going to do good. So that's why I take it off and then I start dancing. So yeah, but I had the hanging tree from Hunger Games. I think it was the last one. Just to basically say it's a battle tactic. Like I think it's like meet me at the tree.
Okay.
And then the song is about someone being accused of murder. So I was just like, it's a little eerie, it's a little dramatic. It's not like super, super dramatic, but it's very like theatrical, which I was trying to be for my first round. So I've been trying to display two different styles. So I have velocity, and then I also go by distract. Distract is the theatrical one, and velocity is kind of like I'm here and I'm in your face and I'm gonna get off on you. So I've been trying to display both of them, other than because a lot of people, but some people like to have 10,000 names and you dance the same with all the names. Yeah. And I was like, I don't feel like doing that.
I was gonna ask that too. Excuse me, because again with me just like getting in the community. So why is it that people have like different names?
I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for them, but like for me, it was just to have a different style, to display a different style. Sometimes people do have different styles. Like I know there's big names that have 3 or 4 names, and they're able to separate the styles.
So let's say, for example, because I mostly dance like Latin music. If I'm doing like a reggaeton, it's one name. If I'm doing cumbias, it's another name.
It's like that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I don't know. I think I'd be confused because it's more, not confused, but more social media pages that have to create or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I just put AKA.
Gotcha. All right, so there's that. Okay. I was like, there's a story behind that video, and I was like, let me see what it is. And I didn't even think about anime. I don't watch a lot of anime. I don't watch it at all. I try to get into it.
It's fun.
Maybe I'm watching the wrong ones.
What did you try watching?
I don't know. It was I don't know. It was like a little. I was drunk at the time. Honestly. So it was like some little blue guy. I don't even know if it's the right one.
I'm watching Blue's Clues.
Or Bluey. No. I just started watching Bluey. My niece starts watching it now. And then you have the what's it at? Yeah, I want to show the flyer for this week.
Oh, you just passed it right there next to the red shirt.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I don't even know what's going to show up on here. All right, so I think you answered a few of my questions. The undefined definition, the Sparta, Melody Born Showcase, where that came about. Are you planning on doing another one?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
how you what is a date set, or
Oh,
do you
next
want
year.
to do
It
this
has
like
to be next
do
year.
do you want to do it annual thing?
Yes. So I want to, yeah, annual, and then I'm gonna bring back the boombox, and then I want to have an all female crump event because I already have it planned out. It's just I need to not
Yeah,
try overdoing it.
like
'Cause
throw up.
What?
Like, I like saying like do it all at once.
Yes.
Like throw up.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because I try to do that too, like posting things. I don't want everybody has like 20 stories in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's me.
yeah,
Sometimes.
Well, see, like this is me. I don't want to post like that, and especially like you have so many events, and it's like it's hard to keep up. Because I do want to. I try to attend as much as I can, and it's like for me, I always try to go like the one that's gonna happen next. And then I'll start posting it. But you're having a lot of events going on. There's the on-site, and then I've seen the all females before. It was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, it's because we ended up saying we're gonna renew our vows. So I was like, we're renewing our vows. Me and Israel.
Oh.
Who else would I renew?
No, I thought you meant like I thought it was like
no, but I'm saying no.
Okay, so no.
Because I was supposed to have the all female event.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be in October.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, yeah, I'll just put that on hold.
Oh, okay. So going back into the whole crump scene and everything, would you say crump was like a male dominant?
That's what you're asking.
Yeah. Or would you say like, because I know, we're always here, girls shouldn't be crumping, girls are,
I know I'm making some wild
I'm
things.
watching, like I said, I'm watching and I see all the comments that are on your feed and stuff like that. I'm like, my goodness.
That's why I got off TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, because I will comment back on all those people.
See, the thing is, like with me, like, and I get comments too, but I'm not a cancel me if you want. I'm not a clapback.
Yeah.
I'm a smackback.
Like I know most of those people are just sitting there scrolling and commenting. But it's like I can't. Cause I'm a troll too. I'm petty, that's why I was like, I think you can filter out like your Instagram and your TikTok, but I was like, I don't want to be on TikTok. So I know when I posted on TikTok, people are like, oh, she should stick with just being like a mom. Okay.
Nah, it's like I said it last week. You have to have tough skin to really be posting your stuff on social media. And at the end of the day, you'll have your negative comments, but you'll have your more positive comments. And I think what you're doing is awesome. It's amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. And I see you're growing also. I think it was the Arizona event that you had mentioned. And then what else you got going on? For
this year?
Whenever next year, 2 years from now.
Where
do you see yourself? Okay. So what do you got going on pretty soon? You got your event this Saturday.
Yes, I got the event Saturday. I will be going to Arizona next month, and then what is that? August. We'll be going to Houston.
Nice.
I will be trying to do the tournament just to stay active, and I'm trying to work up because in October. I actually won the qualifier in February, so I won first place. So now I basically booked my spot for the championship in October. So I'm training my body physically for that. Like I'm trying to do a lot of stuff that I physically couldn't do because again, I've been out on and off because of the babies. So this is the most consistent I've been able to physically be, and just training myself. So we got that in October. November, we're trying to go back out to Arizona for an event called Desert Storm. So I want to take everybody from San Antonio out there. We're going to be doing another fundraiser because I want them to go because they're actually going to have free workshops out there. Nice. And then there is an invite that I'm not going to say publicly yet, but there's something out there that I got invited to do. So I'm making the decision tonight. So then that announcement will be
I say you
soon.
should. I say you should. No. I think you should. I know it's a lot on your plate as well. What else? Okay, so quick questions and stuff. Who is the toughest battle you've ever had?
Had? Like,
Yeah, the toughest.
Ooh.
Like you were like, oh, okay. Just answer that question first.
Okay. I would just say the toughest one that I had, because it's making my leg shake. When I did the reel, so I battled Lady Denon. She's from Arizona, and it wasn't even. It's not like no diss to anybody, and it wasn't even because of who I was battling. Because my mindset when I'm getting ready for a battle, like it's a battle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have fun.
Right.
I'm gonna go do my stuff.
Right.
People talk.
Right.
They're gonna say what they want to say, but I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Right.
But that one was a little hard because it hit a year that my grandpa had passed.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I was depressed when he had passed. I didn't want to get off the sofa, so mentally it was really, really challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And the light just turned on?
I think it did.
Okay. So it was just really mentally challenging, and that was like the hardest for me to like want to dance and want to execute everything that I was planning. Because I had picked up my shirt, mm-hmm. and it said "Long Live Lane" on here on my arm, like under my shirt. Mm-hmm. So it was just physically hard to get myself to want to do it, to want to do like my material, to do like the intro, because I had an intro with it. It was just overwhelming. That's kind of like I think the hardest one that I've had.
Did you win or no?
I don't ever. People tell like there's always opinions, right. But I feel like it's gonna sound so cliche, but it's okay. I don't care. I feel like.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like as long as I'm better than my last round, then I'm winning. Right. And it's like your shirt, the shirt I made you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like I'm not really worried about opinions because everybody has an opinion. Even if it's like we're just doing this for fun, then there's still gonna be the controversy of who won or who lost, mm-hmm. or he shouldn't have gone another round, she shouldn't have gone another round. And I think just again being in and out of the scene because we had babies and stuff is just like observing that like why am I still here? And like I was even asking Israel a couple of weeks ago, which that's what I was telling you earlier, like I was just like what else can I do?
Right.
Like battling's fun. Like I'm always with the smoke. Like if someone's like, oh, blah blah San Antonio, or oh, you're not a good dancer, like, well, here's the address, like pop up, like yeah. So always about that, and it's fun. It's fun to exchange those energies, and as long as they're good energies,
right.
But if it's like you have malice behind it, yeah,
somebody, yeah,
and then I'm just like,
I think you'll be able to feel that energy, mm-hmm.
But no, like I felt like that's my mindset is just to be better than I was yesterday.
Right.
And that's kind of what I've been trying to work on myself. It's just like that's what I had said. I had asked and I said, well, what else can I do? Like hosting's fun, hosting mm-hmm. Labs Tuesday's fun, going to the sessions fun. What else can I do to like help the community or like put the community like there?
Gotcha.
And it's the thing I told you earlier, and then it's like you were like, hey, do the podcast, and I was like, oh, cool. And you're like, all right, when are we doing the podcast? I was like, oh my god, we really are doing it.
We're really doing it.
Because I get very like, I don't want to say anxious, like I don't like to boast about myself or talk about myself. Right. I know boasting and being confident are two different things, but I feel like there's a fine line when people flirt when they talk about themselves. So I try not to just flirt at all. So, but if I'm talking and bringing awareness to like what Crump is, to who San Antonio is, and then I'm all for it. That's why I was like, yeah, let's talk about what it is. And then you sent me all the Crump questions. I was like, oh, okay, here it is. Like, I know how to answer these questions. I just need to like just be genuine and answer them. You know what I mean? So and it's like that's kind of where I'm at. Like that's the mindset of what it is.
I think like honestly like in my opinion you shouldn't really worry about what anybody's got to say. One thing, you have all these people who look up to you. You know, you have basically, I'm not gonna say it in a bad way, but following you, but not in a bad way like they're followers or anything like that. But you have all these people that look up to you, are wanting to see what you're doing next, and kind of like, you know, you're the leader as far as I see. And again, not in a wrong way or anything, but you're moving and you're moving up. So with me, you shouldn't really care what these people have to say, you know. And again, it's the internet, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not worried. It's just, it's not what they're saying. Right. It's just the fact that they're saying stuff, and I want to be in every. I want to
pull up, you know. Yeah. I get it.
So, and it's not even like it doesn't eat at me anymore. Like when I was younger, then I get like, oh my god, you said what? Like now it's kind of like, bro, I got time for this.
Yeah,
I don't have time for this at all. Like. There's some forums that I got out of too where I would be posting like the showcase or you know like promoting stuff and like 1-2 likes, but people from my group, and I'm like, what is this group really giving me? Not like the people liking it, but like being in those situations, like in those pages and stuff. So I was just like, I'm out. Like I've had more progression outside of the groups that it's supposed to be for. Like dance pages, and I'm just like, I don't get anything out of it. All I get is notification when people are talking stuff about each other, when people make a top 5 list. Like, bro, nobody cares about no top 5 list. What are you gonna do with those top 5? Get famous for like 10 minutes? What are you gonna do with that? How is that gonna help you later down the line? It's not. So why am I gonna have myself around there? I can be out here promoting the podcast, promoting the events, sharing footage. And I get more traction on my personal page and like the group's page versus being in a page.
Gotcha.
So instead of being in a box, I took myself out of the box.
Okay. So I think that's it. Your mama bear. We didn't talk about your mama bear. Where's that from?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You told me.
No, what do you mean? Like where'd I get the name from?
Yeah, or what is mama bear?
Me. But I might thinking about revamping it. I'm not 100% sure. But Mama Bear, I was being called Mama Bear because of my oldest. So every time I was at an event, the baby was with me. Like we'd go to Crump events, and she'd be, I'd be right there with her car seat, like, oh, that's Mama Bear. Like you need the Mama Bear alone. Yeah. Or when Israel would go dance, somebody would sit with me. I think when she was in the carrier, or even like with Elu when they would get a little older. They would hold the babies for me, and I would go, and they're like, well, like whose kids are those? They're like, oh, Mama Bear's over there with Papa Bear. Like they'd call Israel Papa Bear, and it's like if Israel was dancing, I was right there. Gotcha. And then when Israel was done dancing, like no offense to the other dancer, I'd run and go check on the babies, and then go back to Israel, and then be like, okay, cool, like. That's all I came for. Like I love everybody. I love seeing everybody. Want to be around, but those are my babies. Like if anybody were to like, you've seen how crazy battles get, and it's like anybody were to bump my baby. Look, no, nobody's getting nope. So that's where Mama Bear came from.
Yeah. So any advice for like anybody that wants to like get into crump or dancing or whatever, popping? Or anything, any advice?
Any advice? Just go in with an open mind. Don't think that you're doing it wrong if you don't try. And if you're doing it wrong, you should have the right teacher to teach you the way it should be done. And if you just want to dance, just dance.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so we do have to cut it here. Any little last words? Any little shout outs? Anything you want to... anybody you want to call out? How do you do that? That was a question. How do you
call somebody?
Yeah. How do you do like, okay, I want to battle, like, let's say for example, I want to battle somebody. And I'm not too big on the competition stuff either. I feel like it's too much pressure because everybody wants to win, right? But it's like, and if you don't win, oh man, I suck then. You know, that's just my mentality. It's just things that I like. That's why I don't want to join any competitions or do any battles. Because if I lose, I'm like, I suck. Or people always have that, oh, it was rigged. It was rigged kind of thing.
That's always gonna happen. The
right?
rigged thing. Look.
Oh, they know.
I hear it every.
So what kind of advice would you want to give me if I want to like?
Just call them out.
Throw them out. I'm scared.
Not throw them out. Call them out.
Call them out.
Call them out. Yeah.
I'm scared.
Call them out. I mean, that feeling never goes away. As long as I've been battling, my legs still get cemented to the floor. Like, I get grounded. I can't lift my legs. My stomach hurts. I feel like I have to go to the restroom all the time. And then, like, I feel like I don't know what I'm going to do. And then once I touch the floor, then it disappears.
See, because when I don't know why, but when I first did the Melody Born showcase, I was able to perform like I was not shy or anything. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm starting to do other performances, I get like real like, how can I say, nervous. I get more nervous than anything. Mm-hmm. Like when I did the second year, I felt like I'm performing in front of my people. I felt comfortable with you and your, community.
It's a different environment.
Yeah. I don't know why that is. Again, I'm still learning on things. But like when I performed for I can say Countdown Studio recently, mm-hmm. Bro, I like, oh no, let me just, not just that one, but my second song, I like Bros, Forgot Everything. And then when I did the Autumn of the Wind, oh, you were there too, right? You did
I did the fashion show.
Yeah, Autumn in the Air. I Forgot Everything. Like,
just different environment. I mean, this was your second year doing it versus your first year doing it with them. So maybe
this is my first in both. This is my first with this is my second. Well, my first and second with you mm-hmm. and Melody Born. I felt like I was supposed to. I did everything. Like I wasn't scared at all.
Oh, I mean, It might just be the environment. Like
maybe
different hosts, different. Like, it's no diss to anybody, but mm-hmm. The person in charge of hosting the event and coordinating the event is the one that sets the tone for the event. And that dominoes down. That's a tip for y'all. It dominoes down to your spectators, to your competitors, to your performers, to your vendors, to who you're renting the venue from. This is a bunch of gems. Y'all better write this down. But it really does stem from who's hosting it. So if there's a welcoming vibe, that's what it's going to be. If there's competition or this is a studio and we look like this, that's what you're going to get, and that's what the performers are going to feel like they have to do.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so with the whole battling thing, how would you like? Is there anybody you want to call out right here, right now, so they can be like, yeah, call you out?
Oh, there's one person, but I can't.
Or a rematch, or
that's not dance. No, nobody right now.
What? Okay. All right.
I don't go looking for that stuff. I mean, if it finds me, I'm down. But...
Yeah. Everybody's in for the drama. It's like everybody lives, not the drama, but like this is thrill seeking, I guess you can say. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, just for shits and giggles, you want to call out. I want to call out this person. So there are other questions that I would want to ask, but
your time.
Yeah. Anybody you would like to battle?
That I would like to battle.
No, you're just going with the flow.
Go with the flow.
That's the best way to do it, girl. I'm serious. That's the best way to do it. See what happens, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we do have to go. Thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully we can do this next time. I don't know. Maybe we can have like everybody here, like maybe 4 people, and just chop it up, dude. Like,
just let me know.
No, we'll see. All right, guys. Well, that's it for our show, you guys. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you guys next week. We have Marcus Morales with NXG Dancer. So, and then we have a lot of other guests coming up towards the week or upcoming this month. So go to keep it locked, you guys. Show the love, show the hate. Either way, it's fucking great. And subscribe. We like that, right?
Subscribe. Yes, keep that one.
Show the love, show the hate. Either way, it's fucking great. All right, you guys. Deuces, we are out.